people have been saying, Joanna, what are you doing with your VeChain and your VeThor? You keeping it? You selling it? The market's red. Let me address that in this video. I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, for hitting the bell for notifications, for liking the videos, and most importantly, your comments. Know that if there is a reply that says, do you want investment advice? Go to this WhatsApp number. That isn't me. I will never be telling you what to do. What I share here is my personal opinion alone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's get into it. And I thought we would start off with something inspirational, positive from Sunny Liu, the VeChain founder, who was former CIO of Louis Vuitton. Here we go. The greater and braver ones who are building real applications on VeChain Thor to reveal the value of blockchain. VeChain is just a ferry to help you guys to the other side, the future. And that is what I think that we got to remember, that only, 1% of the world is in blockchain, that is in crypto. You are among a small percentage of people. And we're waiting for everyone else to catch up. That's part of the challenge when you are visionary, as you are, when you are a futurist in some capacity. It takes a while for people to get on board. And what I was thinking about in the middle of the night when I woke up and I saw the market, it was just red, 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 red across the board, was back to when we went from horse and carriage to cars and the industrial age began. And I feel that we are at that point right now in history, but instead it's shifting to everything is going digital. Of course, we still, have physical, real things in the world, but from industrial age, we've moved to light age, digital age, virtual age, automated age. This is what is birthing right now. Let's go ahead and take a look over here at VeChain. Where are we at right now? We're on CoinGecko, which I love. It's my go-to. And it says, even though despite that last night, Bitcoin went down to, around 48,000. It's at, right now, I'm recording this on April 23rd at 2:40 in the afternoon Pacific time. It's around 50,000. VeChain is just over 20 cents with a market cap of just over 13 billion. And there was a 24-hour low of 14 cents. And we did have a pump this month. VeChain has gone up 141% in the past 30 days. In the past hour, it's down a little bit. I'm not worried. I still feel really good about everything. Let's just take a look at VeThor. Some people say, well, don't have a VeThor token as well, just stick with VeChain. And I do hold both personally. About a week ago, VeThor gas was at 0.0289 it touched. And right now we're back down to 0.0169. And I had originally bought my VeThor gas at 0.0190, 195, 197, and 202. So when I looked at my coin tracker last week, there was a point where I was up $2,500, and now it's negative. This is why I'm holding it. Now, there was something, because I did sell a very, very small portion of it for something that I wanted to get something new that was coming out, because in my portfolio, I was quite heavily in VeThor gas, very, very heavily in it. And I did, just being transparent, I did want to even out my portfolio. So I sold at, at 198, and just a small amount of it. So here we go. The high here in 30 days, it's interesting. It says it's 0.4. 0.4, but actually there was a point where it was up like 40% in a day. So I want to just pop over here, and here we are on VeChain. And actually, before we do that, I just want to go over here into Binance US. This is where I had bought my VeChain and my VeThor. And you can see that automatically what I love is that these staking rewards, I don't have to move it to a different wallet. I know that if you go with certain validators and you stake elsewhere, you can get a higher return. But I just love that I don't have to do anything. I don't have to move it out of this address. And here I have gained rewards of 127 VETHOR gas. And that just makes me smile just to know that my VeChain is working for me. Maybe you could just say very small amounts, but I am grateful for it. I'm going to hop over here to VeChain. And I hold, what do I hold? 27.5 VeChain. And right now you can see this is when Bitcoin, everything, the market in the middle of the night in the US anyway, just it went oversold. And we went down here, VeChain, after having, just had an amazing high. Let's see, we went down to 13 cents. And if we just go on the hourly here, not so long ago, we were at what, almost 28 cents up here. But even despite being from overbought here on the RSI to oversold, I don't, people are talking about, are we about to hit a full-on bear cycle? Is this it for 2021? I personally, I could be totally wrong. And you got to do your own diligence and make your own decisions. But I'm not worried. I feel fine. I feel calm within my gut. Let's hope my gut instincts are working. I believe they are. But this to me is just a period of consolidation. And if we didn't have this market-wide downtrend, I don't think we would have gone this low. I don't think we would have even gone down to 16 cents here, which is the, let's just take a line here a second. Let's just draw a line in here, put a line so we can just take a look at this and just see from where we're at now. But you can see that here we go. Oh, hang on, I'm doing the wrong line here. Let me just click off of that. I wanted to go with a horizontal line. There we go. Okay, bear with me. So I like this. We have got, you can see going all the way back here, and let's just make that line thicker, going all the way back here to what is that, to the 17th. And even before that on the hourly, on the 15th, you can see that there is strong support at 16 cents. And then let's just go and look at what is that line of resistance. What do we have to break through? Let's go red with that line. And let's make sure the line is, yes, is thick enough. And I'm going to come up here because I feel like this is a good point, right around here. And so what is that number? That number is 26 cents. So what we've got going on right now with, I'm going to do an additional resistance line because of what has just happened in the market. I'm going to do this as an orange line because I just feel that if everything hadn't happened how it happened, it wouldn't even be there. And so that line to break through here, I think what we're moving, it will be interesting to see what happens in the hours ahead. If we stay within these lines here, if we move between 16 cents and 20 cents and go sideways. So just let's, again, this is on the hourly. I'm going to do a trend line now. And let's just go from here, this top point here, and let's go with yellow. Let's go from this top point here, and we're going to go, let's just go, we'll extend it out a little bit more. Let's just follow this here from the top here and see what is going to happen. Let's make that line thicker so that we can just take a good look, so that we can evaluate, so that we can do the technical analysis. So on the hourly here, you can see we have a downward trend. But again, we just went on a parabolic run. So the retracement was natural to be there. If there hadn't been this downtrend across the board and with Bitcoin, and I do wonder with what's happened with Bitcoin, I think, and I could be totally wrong here, but what I think is going to happen is next week, Bitcoin is going to start to go bullish again. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? That's just what I think. And again, these are just my personal thoughts with this. So I feel now is a good time to buy. I don't want to kick myself later. For me, this is where a number of people in the Crypto Angel Network community, some of you who are very astute crypto traders, are buying the dip. And I personally, I agree with that. And that's why I'm focusing upon. So I do have a trade there right now, which I may have to adjust it slightly. And so I'm going to be looking at what in the next couple of days, we're going to see, are we going to start to break out again? Or are we just going to continue to, are we going to fit within this triangle here? And at that point, are we going to go into the downside and experience more retracement? And then you can see that next line of support that's there. Let's go and take another horizontal line, and let's go with, let's see, let's go, actually, let's stick with orange again. We're going to stick with orange, and I'm going to put that in here. So we can just see either side there. So there's another line of support there at 12, at around 12.5 cents. If we do break down some more, because if Bitcoin and everything in general struggles and that we're still bearish. But I just think with Venmo announcing that they're going to be offering cryptocurrency to buy, to sell, to trade, I think sometimes there's this delay in the news. People get scared. They're a bit like sheep. And they don't do anything, and then they get in when everything is pumping again. So if you have VeChain, I would imagine now is a good time to buy, unless you want to wait and see whether we go more to the downside, down to that sort of that 12.5 cents. And so those are my thoughts on that. And then let me just show you, I'm going to come back, I'm going to come out of this. And let me just go over here into where my orders are, my open orders, based off what I said. And you can see, oh my gosh, okay, so I have a limit order in here for 15.15. Maybe I was being a little bit too optimistic. And yes, I got that order open for 15.15. Let's come back to this. And I think the reason I put 15.15 was because I just wonder if tonight again there's going to be some type of other weird dump again with Bitcoin and across the board, and I wanted to come in that little bit lower, right? 15 would put me right around here. So I'm just waiting on this, and I'm going to try and be patient, because one of the things that I have learned is that typically there is pullback that occurs. But I think that we are going to go sideways in the next 2-3 days. We're not going to pump then. So if when we get to around here on the chart and I see it starting to break out, I'll just adjust my buy order probably to around, I'd adjust it to maybe 16.5, maybe 17 cents for safety, but I'd probably just put it up to around 16.5. So those are my thoughts on that. And then let's just go to VeThor and take a look at the chart for VeThor. And here we go. So you can, again, the same thing has happened on all the charts where you see this everything being oversold across the board. Let's just take our lines again here, and we'll start off with the horizontal line. Let's go with our green and start off with, where is this support? I'm going to just stick with the hourly right now. So we're just a little bit more zoomed out. And here we go. This is the line of support right around. Let's just move it down a fraction. Oh, hang on. Let's just move it down a fraction to around here. So just under 14, like around, I'm saying it's 0.0139, but just when I say 14, yeah, 0.14. And now let's go and put in where that resistance line is. We'll do another horizontal line. We're going to go red. And I'm not going to go all the way up from the high here, which, oh my gosh, was like 280. I think it went up to 289. But let's come down here, some in the middle, because I'm not going to go up here. I mean, this was the resistance, but I feel like more so, let's split the difference here. And I'm not going to go down to, actually, let's go right around here. I'm going to make that line a little bit thicker. Is that a little bit thick? Actually, tiny bit thicker still. And you can see that is right around 0.25, 0.25. Now, again, if we hadn't had this crazy market-wide dump, we're going to go through the same thing and just look very level-headed, not, there's an emergency in the charts. This happens in crypto. We know this. These are the risks of being in it. Now, because of this, I feel like based off of these past few hours and everything that's going on, I'm going to put that line here. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. So we're moving, I feel like we're moving between here. It looks like we're going to go sideways between here a bit. We need to see in these hours ahead if we start to break out. If we hadn't had that crazy market-wide dip, I think I'm going to do another line here of resistance. And I'm going to go with another, let's see, I'm going to go with another red level, but I'm going to go with a slightly thinner line. I'm going to put that right around here. Let's put it right around here, because that just looked like where it really went to a, hang on, let's just see. Maybe actually around, no, let's go here. Let's go here. I'm thinking about this. So that would have been like around 21 cents. Or we could sort of split the difference. Actually, let's just go back. Let's just narrow this down and see. Yeah, I think around right around 21 cents there. So you can just see there's these different areas where people bought in, and then we just couldn't get past that. And let's just, again, take the tool here and go with the trend line. Let's go with our trend line. Let's go that nice yellow. Let's go from, let's see, should we go all the way from the top here? Let's go all the way from the top here. I'm doing it slightly different from the other chart because it's a clearer line. It's a more distinct line than on VeChain. And everything is fitting within that. So if we look at these next couple of days, we want to see what is going to happen here. Can we, I originally bought in at around 0. Like I said, 190, 195, 197, and 202. Right now, I'm upside down. I'm still holding most of my VeThor gas. I have quite a lot of it. So I am at some point, I think when we get back up, I believe we'll get back up to close to 0.03. I will probably sell some of it. I just haven't decided how much yet, and I will keep some of it more in line with my VeChain holdings. And so now we're looking at, if we break down here in the next couple of days, if we're going sideways, depending on what happens with Bitcoin, what is that next point that we could break down to below 140? I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. It looks like it would be all the way. Let's just do this line in a different color. I'm going to go with, let's go with pink. And that would bring us all the way down here. Let's see. Let me get that line again. Hang on a sec. Bear with me. That would bring us all the way down to that next line of, it doesn't want to do it, does it? Oh, here we go. Because I'm doing a trend line instead of a horizontal line. That's why. Okay, horizontal line. Let's go pink. And we're going to bring that here. So I imagine that worst case scenario would be 0.0098, which would be an amazing buying opportunity. Absolutely incredible. I hope it doesn't go to that. But if it does, I just don't think that's going to happen. I think we're more likely we're just going to go sideways for a bit. And maybe, we're going to keep touching around here if one's looking for an entry point. But soon enough, we'll be moving to the upside again, because if we do what I love, what people say here in the Crypto Angel Network community is if we zoom out and we zoom out here and when Bitcoin starts to come back, you just look at overall the trend keeps, let's switch to a daily on this. You see the trend just keeps moving upwards, up, 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 up. I think we're just going through a correction here. I'm not worried. I'm just sticking with things. And my thinking was, when I bought VeChain and when I bought VeThor, I'm going to hold it for a while. I know some people do the day trading, the swing trading. I try that. Every time I try and do a day trade, the market seems to just go down and stay down. Anyway, so when I bought my VeChain and I bought my VeThor, I had in my head I was going to keep it for a while because I see that VeChain is doing so much. And they have a lot of news that is coming out, tons of partnerships. And despite that everything is red right now, I still remain bullish on both of these tokens. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Are you a bag holder of VeChain, of VeThor? What do you think is going to happen next? I look forward to answering you on that. I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network, and I'm sending you lots and lots of love.